15 years ago, I stood in a We Buy Gold store holding a bracelet I never thought I'd sell. It was a beautiful estate piece, a bespoke bracelet, custom made for my wrist. It had been given to me as a thank you for an extremely successful deal I had orchestrated early in my career. And at the time, that bracelet was success. But years later, almost all I had left of that first success was that bracelet. And success being reduced to just a bracelet made me ask myself a question. Was I really successful? You see, I had payroll due that week, and I didn't know if I had the money to make it. And if I did make payroll, I definitely wasn't paying myself, but I had employees. Those employees had children, families that depended on them. That meant they were depending on me. But I had done the math, and it was going to be close. And if we weren't going to make it, all I had to bridge the gap was that bracelet. So I got in my car, and I drove to a We Buy Gold store. Ugh. I walked in, hesitated, walked to the counter. I handed the bracelet to the man on the other side, and he took it, and he looked at it carefully, twisted it in the light. In that moment, I almost couldn't breathe. So I grounded myself with a little prayer. If I can just get through this, if I just don't stop, there has to be something on the other side. The man said something to me I didn't expect to hear. He said, "Please, don't let me melt this. It's too beautiful to destroy." Oh, my heart broke in that moment. You see, that bracelet wasn't jewelry. To me, it was proof, at least to me, that I was successful. And debating melting it meant that I probably wasn't. As he handed me back the bracelet, I could feel the weight of the decision I was making. I didn't sell the bracelet. And I'm happy to share with you that that bracelet travels with me and my wife and my son on some of the most meaningful trips and important moments of our lives together. But in that moment, wondering if everything I'd built was about to disappear, it reminded me of a story of a man with a pickaxe. You may know this story. There's a man with a pickaxe trying to break through a wall to get to a treasure. And he swings, and he swings, and he swings, and he swings, but he gets tired, and he quits. And as the story is usually told, someone else comes along, picks up the axe, breaks through the wall, and gets the treasure. And the lesson we are supposed to learn from this is just don't quit. You could be one swing away. But holding that bracelet, that lesson was incomplete. You see, that story always stops when you break through. And life doesn't stop when we break through a wall. The story that I like to tell my son, and I offer you, is that the man does break through the wall. He does get to the treasure. And what matters is, what will he choose to do next? Will he rest and enjoy his accomplishment? Or will he buy more pickaxes? Will he take those pickaxes? Will he continue to dig, to build, to grow? See, as my life began to change, I realized some things. That agency I had opened in 2010, there were times like the bracelet story, I wasn't sure we were going to make it, but we did. But in that moment, I had to wonder where to go next. What I offer you is that this life is an infinite journey. And when we stop worrying about the finish line, a single treasure, we start worrying and enjoying the work. We start to enjoy the digging. You see, no matter how big the treasure, it's finite. And if we don't continue to build and grow while we're using what we have, we're not actually standing still. We're falling behind. In our lives, we're all going to have breakthroughs. We're all going to break through walls. And what will matter is what we do next. Will we, as we have advancements and successes in our career or our health, in our relationships, will we stop and sit, or will we buy more pickaxes? And this is where the story stops being about a man with a pickaxe and starts being about us. If we want to be better parents, we have to buy more pickaxes. We have to come home from work, tired, put the phone down, and be present for those who matter most. Maybe ask another question. Maybe even listen for the answer. If we want to be better partners, we have to buy more pickaxes. We have to choose connection over checking out. Maybe it's having that conversation we've been avoiding. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. If we want to be better entrepreneurs, we have to buy more pickaxes. We have to continue to learn and continue to invest and continue to surround ourselves with people that force us to grow. If we want to be better in our faith, in this life, in this journey, we have to buy more pickaxes. We have to do the work when no one's watching. We have to trust that it matters, even when it feels like we're not moving. My son is 11 years old. He is gifted in school, great in sports, and thankfully, he gets his looks from his mother. It will be easy for him to coast through this life on the strengths that he has, but I need him to learn this lesson now. Success is not a place you arrive. Success is continuing to go and grow. That bracelet still travels with my family and I. And every time I look down at it, I think to myself at what I thought was success. I thought it was a single treasure. But I now know that success is continuing to dig. My son's going to break through walls in this life. He'll find successes. But what will matter is, what does he do when he finds the treasure? I pray that he'll buy more pickaxes. And my hope for him and you is to always keep digging.